So yeah, that was Ever Levine Hello Kitty male version. I didn't want to play the original version, but whatever. So yesterday, Don't Make Him Live a Lie, chapter 20. I'm trying to look at my cheat sheet back here. Chapter 23. Apparently, there's not very much to talk about. Just this one thing. Daniel had sex with Zeke. That's really the only description I can give you for this chapter. So, I don't want to waste any more time. Let's jump into this. Here is last paragraph of Don't Make Him Live a Lie, chapter 23. Fuck, I'm sorry. I just care about you, and I really do. And I really love Drake. 'Cause you get all awkward and shy when you're around him. When he's around. And I know you'll be ripped to shreds if he leaves you. But I don't want to keep any secrets from him. I'm sure you don't either. You're scared, I can tell. But you brought this upon yourself. I won't tell him if you don't want me to, but you're going to have to. Don't make him live a lie, okay? Evan said as he sat down next to me and wrapped his arms around me. I nodded and put my head on his shoulder. But how do I tell him? I asked. I don't know, honestly. But why did you even do it? He asked. I don't know, I was just bored and he texted me asking me if I wanted to come over, so I did, I admitted. I don't know what else to say, but I do want me to stay. But do you want me to stay for a while? Maybe sleep over so you don't have to think about it too much, he asked. I nodded, so we played some music and I tried to fall asleep without crying myself into it. Chapter 24. Please don't tell me. It's true. Daniel's point of view. Drake was coming home tomorrow. I can't sleep. I can't hold myself together. I was in tears in bed on Sunday night. I really fucked up this time. There's no going back to undo what I've done. It's over. I'm gonna lose Drake. And there's nothing I can do. I buried my face in the pillow and cried myself to sleep. The next day I only got 2 hours of sleep, and I looked like shit. I walked into school, greeted by Tony and Evan. I heard, Tony said. Don't talk about it, please, I replied. Walking past them, Tony just sighed and followed me to my locker. Are you gonna tell him? He asked. Tears started to fall down my face. Please, I really don't want to talk about it. I said, what's wrong? Someone asked, pulling their arm around me. I looked up to see Drake. Nothing, I lied. He pulled me into a hug. Please tell me, he begged. Later, I replied. He sighed. Fine. When's later? He asked. Never, I said, with a little. I laughed. He laughed a little. Come on, how about after school? He asked. Sure, I replied. My voice cracked as more tears escaped my eyes. He hugged me tighter, and I buried my face into his neck. So they must be almost the same height. After school. Hey, sweetheart, are you ready to tell me what's going on? Drake said. Drake asked, sitting down to me next on the sidewalk. I shook my head. Why not? I shook my head. Why not? He asked. I'm sorry, I replied, started to cry. For what? He asked. Everything I put you through, I replied. What? Baby, it's okay, he said. No, it's not, I replied. What are you talking about? I asked. I stayed silent, except for my sobbing. Please tell me what's going on, he begged. I did it again, I admitted. Did what? He asked, looking up at him, and he was dead serious. He didn't know what I was talking about. I shook my head and folded my arms on one knee and buried my face in them. Come on, let me walk you home, he said, getting up. I looked up, and he reached his hand out for me to grab, so I grabbed it and he pulled me up. Why won't you tell me? Drake asked, still holding my hand. I didn't say anything. I don't like ignoring him. But I don't know what to say. And it's like a physical. Can't help him. And it's like a physically. Can't help him. He sighed, and the rest of the walk was silent. When we got to my house, Drake hugged me tightly. I love you, he said. I love you too. I swear I do, even if it doesn't seem like it. I replied, hugging him back, kissing him passionately, and I returned it. Bye, he said. Bye, I replied, and walked inside and up to my room and flopped onto my bed. Drake's point of view. Daniel was kind of scaring me. What is it he won't tell me? He probably told Tony and Evan, since they were talking to Daniel, he said. He didn't want to talk about it. I pulled out my phone and dialed Tony's number. He picked it up on the third ring. Hey, Drake, what's up? He said. Hey, Daniel won't tell me what's wrong. I was hoping you know. I said, oh, yeah, he replied. Can you tell me, please? I'm really worried about him, I begged. Don't tell him I told you. He'll get all mad. Well, he doesn't want to keep a secret from you, but he just doesn't want to lose you, even though it's his fault. And he knows it. But he feels horrible, but that won't change anything, he replied. What the fuck are you talking about? Tell me, he demanded. Daniel, he cheated on you, he replied. I didn't know what to say. That can't be true. It must be something else. He wouldn't do something like that. At least I don't think he would. Drake, you there? Tony asked. Yeah. With who? I asked Zach, he replied. I hung up and turned around back to Daniel's house. I had to know if it was true. It can't be. Daniel knows Zach's no good for him. Plus, he'd get away. He's with me anyways. He wouldn't have. It's all just a lie. A horrible nightmare. I walked up to Daniel's front door and knocked. Grace answered the door. Hello, Drake. Daniel's up in his room. He said, She said, welcome me in. Thanks. I said, and headed up to his room. I walked in and closed the door behind me and threw my backpack on the floor. I could see fear in Daniel's eyes. And it hit me. Maybe it was true. I called Tony and asked what was up with you. Please tell me it's not true. There's why this chapter is called that. I said, he didn't say anything. Please tell me you didn't cheat on me with Zach. I said. Daniel just burst into tears. A weekend. I was gone for a weekend, and he goes and has sex with Zach? Why? I asked. He just shrugged, tears streaming down his cheek. You're fucking bullshit. And you say you're scared I'm gonna use you, and I need to prove my love, and I did, or at least I think I did. But I leave for a weekend, and you have sex with the guy that that did use you and didn't prove his love for you. I really love you, Daniel, and I thought you really cared. You really loved me. But you were just shy, but I guess I was wrong, I said. Daniel was shaking and crying. Goodbye, I said, picking up my backpack and left. I flopped onto my own bed and burst into tears. I thought I could trust him. I never thought he would go with fucking Zach again. I didn't want to say goodbye, but I had to. I couldn't be with someone who was going to cheat on me. He really got me. I really fell in love with him, but he just threw it away. End of chapter. So the next chapter is called Another New Kid. Jake. So yeah, I'm excited for that. That's gonna be interesting. So yeah. So, what do you guys think? Okay, so question of the video. Well, I actually have two questions. Who do you think is Jake? I know who Jake is because I know a little bit of what the story meant. I know what happens. But that is the first question. What do you guys think? Who do you think Jake is gonna go? Who do you think Drake is gonna go for? Not Drake, Jake. Who do you think Jake is gonna go for? Daniel, Drake, or Zach? I know the answer is one of the three. I'm not gonna tell you, but I think we'll figure that out. So, the second one. If you were Drake and you found out that your boyfriend or girlfriend or Daniel or whoever was like your significant other, like you were dating someone, and you found out that they cheated on they cheated on you with their ex, what would you do? Would you do what Drake did, literally break up with him and say goodbye, or like me, I would like take a step back, think of what I just said, and then I would probably apologize. I would probably do what Drake did, minus the whole breaking up and leaving. I would say, it's fine. I was gone for a weekend and you were bored. Only if Daniel said, I was bored and you were gone for a weekend and I didn't know this was going to happen. If he said that, I'd probably be okay. But I do not want to literally start crying my eyes out on camera because I don't really have a boyfriend, but this has happened to me recently, a long time ago. This happened to me recently and also a long time ago, so I don't really want to talk about it anymore, but yeah. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and tomorrow we will be doing either Rebound but New Founded Chapter 1, or we will, I think I will be doing I Can't Even Think Straight, because I haven't read that story yet, so yeah. I hope you guys have an amazing, wonderful day, night time that you are watching this, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Purple. And until next time, gay is okay, just ask the GSA. Mwah!